Jay, will you hit the light for me, please? Alright, so we are going to add on square today. Square is the easiest one. Okay? So you learned in like preschool, like elementary school, that a square, they all have the same sides. All the sides are congruent. Okay? So that's one property. They're all congruent. What do we know about all the angles? They're all 90 degrees. Okay? This is what you learned in primary school, which is like elementary. This is the basics you learned. Now that you're in geometry, we learned about the diagonals. So draw your two diagonals. Okay? Now, rhombus, they are different. Rectangles, the diagonals are the same. When we talk about squares, they are also the same. So the only quadrilateral in which the diagonals are different is what shape? Rhombus. Yes, Marshall? I'm getting there, dude. Okay, so all the diagonals are the same, and yes, all of these are also right angles. With that being said, if this is 90 degrees, and these two are both the same, it's an isosceles triangle. That means that both of these angles have to be the same, right? Well, the only way to split 90 in half is to get 45 and 45. So all of these are 90 every single time, and every single time each individual angle is 45. Every time. Now, on your quiz, you don't have to write all those 90s and 45s. On your properties quiz that we're going to have each day, for a square, the main things I want to see, these are all the same, 90, 90, 90, 90. Draw your diagonals, same, 90. Okay, that's enough. Yes, you need to know these because it'll help you, but I'm not going to check all that. Okay? Because you could figure it out. Well, if this is 90 and these are the same. Okay? Let's open your notes to the squares page, which is page 6. There's only 4 questions because it's the same thing every time. Okay, here's your square. They only give us one measure. It's WT. So WT is 3. Well, if WT is 3, what are all the rest of these little diagonals? 3. And what are the whole diagonals? 6. So ZX is this whole line right here. So 3 plus 3 is 6. Okay? XY. Well, I know all the insides, but I don't know the outsides. But I do know that this is 90 degrees. So what can I use? Pythagorean theorem. I know my A, I know the B. We have to find C. So, you'll have 3 squared plus 3 squared is equal to C squared. 3 squared is 9. So you have 9 plus 9, which is, take the square root of 18. 2 things I don't want. I don't want a decimal, and I don't want an unsimplified radical. We did this last semester for a reason. Simplify your radical. What breaks down? 18. 9 and 2. How do I break down 9? 3 and 3. Can I circle 3 and 3? So 3 comes outside. Who's stuck at home? So the answer, XY, is 3 square root of 2. This is actually the long way. There's a shortcut, but you don't know it yet, and it takes a whole chapter. So for now, we're going to do this. You want me to show you real quick?
Yeah.
It's kind of simple. If it's a 90, 45, 45 triangle, which that is, if these two are 3 and 3, the hypotenuse is always just 3 squared of 2. If it's 5 and 5, it's just 5 square root of 2. 6, 6 square root of 2. If you didn't understand what I just said, do Pythagorean theorem.
Whatever those sides are, is that square root.
Yes.
Good to know.
Yes.
I just write that.
Yes. Because I told you. Yes, I don't care. But if you didn't understand what I just said, do this. You'll get the same thing. Okay. 3 square root of 2. Until we get to the next chapter, then you'll have to really know it. Not next chapter, but in a couple of chapters. Okay? Now, well, because you also have 30, 60, 90, and it's not as simple. 45, 45, 90 is the easy. 30, 60, 90 is difficult. Not difficult, but you have to, yeah. WTZ, what is it? WTZ? 90. The angles for squares are either one of two things, 90 or 45. WYZ, well, that's not 90, so it has to be, that's it. That's squares. That's squares. Okay? Alright, so I'm gonna hand out your practice. It covers rectangles, rhombi, and squares. So I'm gonna do 2 of these with you because we haven't done one like it, and it's on your quiz tomorrow. This looks just like your quiz, but the numbers are different. Okay? Exactly like it. I need you to get out a piece of graph paper. If you don't have any, there's some over here on this black part. Alright, look at number 12 and start graphing those points on your graph paper. Start graphing the points on 12. So draw you a little chart. My song? That is such an honor. Thank you, Ashanti. Oh, sure. You just don't want to seem uncool. I've never even heard the real song. I should look it up. Alright, so guys, when you get this graphed, the whole point is we are trying to figure out, is this a rhombus, a rectangle, or a square? Just by graphing it, you can cancel out 2 of the 3. What's one that I can cancel out? Rhombus, because there's a 90 degree. If it was rhombus, there wouldn't be 90 degrees. So rhombus is out. What else? Rectangle. Why? Right. The distance is 4, 4, 4, and 4. Rectangle's out. This is a square. Notice it says explain. Quadrilateral QRST is a square. This is because you have to list 2 things. You can't just say 90 degree angles. Why? If it was 90, it could be what and what? Rectangle or square. So you have to say, this is because all the angles are equal to 90 degrees. You could also say they're all perpendicular if you wanted to. This is because all the angles are equal to 90 and all the sides are congruent. You can't stop at 90. If you stop at 90, you can either have a rectangle or a square. You have to tell me about the sides. That's it. Okay, will you try 13? Yes, machine guns, we would love to try 13. I counted by 2s on 13 if you don't want to make that big of a graph. Up to you. Ooh, that was a really bad one. I mean, I guess. Yeah. Well, what do you think? You think? Yep. I think it's a rhombus too. Why is it a rhombus? What throws it off? It's slanted. Yep. So quadrilateral QRST is a rhombus. This. What? Sure.